I think Justin is a great Power Ranger. Yes, I said it. Now, going into watching Power Rangers Turbo, I wanted to give Justin a clean slate because prior to me watching the show, all I heard was a whole bunch of negative things about the Justin character. Oh, he's a kid. His character was annoying. He didn't fit with the team. He just wasn't a good Ranger. He was cringe. And then after I looked at the entire series, starting from the movie, the Turbo movie, to going through Turbo, I came to the conclusion that I'm on Justin's side. Okay, yes, I am a fan of Justin, the Blue Ranger from Power Rangers Turbo. Now, when I watched the movie, I was a little concerned about how his character was going to be moving forward because he did have some cringy lines. You know, the kid that could have been a liability to the team. He came across in that way, but he was just in his beginning stages of being a Power Ranger, and I had to give the character some grace. So, as the season went on and on, I was like, yo, actually, Justin is not that bad of a Power Ranger. When you dissect this character, and he's one of those Power Rangers that actually had a story from start to finish, because his story was, aside from being a Power Ranger, was his connection with his dad. His dad was always working. His dad wasn't really present. And while Justin was trying to fill that void, he was with the Power Rangers. He was being a full-time Power Ranger. And I love the fact that they carried that story throughout Turbo and actually going into his return when he came back and helped the Space Rangers, you know, helped his former teams in Power Rangers in space, which was a great moment for me because I enjoyed Justin. But going back to his time in Turbo, I feel like Justin was a solid Ranger. To me, I feel like he was the second important Ranger, especially after the OGs left. You know what I'm saying? You had TJ who was the leader, and it was like, you know, TJ was alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was okay, nothing too over the top. But when I'm looking at the Turbo team, I'm just thinking, like, actually, Justin was the second best, okay? He was the second best. He was getting it done, and he had the brains. Dude was smart. It's not like he was just a kid that was just getting into stuff and then didn't know how to handle it. He was helping in the command center, especially because Demetra wasn't no help whatsoever. Demetra was terrible. And then Alpha 6 definitely needed the help. So Justin was there. He was the brains of the operation. He kind of took over for Billy. You know what I'm saying? He was helping out in the command center. He was out. He was getting stuff done. And I just feel like Justin is overhated, bro. He's overhated. He's overhated. Now, I said there were some moments, especially in the beginning, I felt like his character was a little cringe. But I feel like he matured as a Ranger. By the time we got to the end of Turbo, I was just like, yo, Justin is actually a good Ranger. You know, I'm not getting on this hate train that y'all like to get on, okay? Let's just call it what it is. If it wasn't for Justin, TJ, Cassie, Ashley, and Carlos wouldn't have met Andros. When the chase into space happened and the power chamber got destroyed, who was there to come up with the master plan to get them into space? It was Justin. Everybody's all in a circle in a bunch, not knowing what to do. They lost their powers and everything. And who stepped up for the team? It was Justin. Justin was like, I got an idea. Might be a long shot, but it can work. So he goes to the space people or whatever. He talks to the commander and he manages to get an entire space shuttle for the Power Rangers. He set them up. He gave them an alley-oop. And it was up to the team to slam that thing in. And that's what I feel like Justin did. And he did all the work. He set them up to get into space, to meet Andros, to do all of this stuff. And he just had to watch them go because he chose to stay with his dad. You know what? That is realistically. Because when you think about the Power Rangers, they're teenagers, right? They're supposed to be in school. And, you know, where's their parents? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you being a Power Ranger, you know, wouldn't you be concerned about your kids, where your kids is at? It seemed like Justin really was like the only Power Ranger that really had parents that would, you know, you heard of parents, you know, because his dad wasn't there, but you heard of his parents, you know? But Justin, he opted to stay with his dad because in reality, he loved being a Power Ranger, but his heart was his bond with his father. And I feel like any kid his age would have chosen that, you know what I'm saying? So he got to live out a dream of being a superhero, and also, you know, he had to be a hero. He had to set the Power Rangers up. Y'all continue this mission, and I'm gonna just stay here and rock out with my dad. And I miss Justin. I ain't gonna lie. When they brought him back in for that episode in space, I was glad to see him because I was thinking like, man, Justin did all this stuff and they didn't even mention him, man. Like, yo, like, y'all don't miss Justin? He got y'all into space. He basically helped y'all get these new powers, and like nobody really talking about him. So revisiting Justin, seeing what he's up to with his dad, that was great. And it, you know, he was still going through his dad being a workaholic and him not being present and stuff like that. So they kept that story alive, but Justin had a chance to be a Power Ranger one last time, and I was happy for him because I was just like, man, it'll be good to see what Justin is up to. And I can understand being a kid watching Power Rangers and seeing another kid being a Power Ranger and be like, man, you know, Justin's a Power Ranger. I can be a Power Ranger. I can feel like a hero in my real life because Justin is a hero. He's my age and he's doing all this stuff. He's standing up for all the good guys. He's beating up all the monsters and the bad guys. I can imagine what that can do for a kid's mind, seeing another kid their age being a superhero on TV. You know, I didn't mind Justin. Like I said, Justin is overhated and he should receive more love. Yes, I'll stand on it. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, if you like this video, hit it with a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. And what is your thoughts on Justin, the blue Power Ranger from Turbo? Did you like him? Did you dislike him? Did you look up to him? Did you look down on him? Let your boy know, all right? In the comment section, hit your boy up. On the social media piece, that's being description, all that stuff, all right? Until the next video, your boy the Wildcat J. Troy is out.